Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the brand new Jordan React Elevation. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Jordan React Elevation has a herringbone traction pattern up in the forefoot area with like this radial traction pattern on the zoom unit. And in the heel, you're gonna get these like diagonal lines with a circular traction pattern around this React cutout. And the traction on the shoe is really nice. If you guys are playing on your clean courts, you guys are gonna have no problems whatsoever. You guys are gonna be able to stop on a dime, do all the movements you want without any hesitation, and you're gonna feel really quick because of how hard this thing stops. Even if you're playing on those average dusty courts, you guys still should not have any problems. Even then, I was sticking pretty damn well, and I'd say that the dust pickup on the shoe is actually more on the minimal side. If it does ever pick up some dust, just do a quick wipe and you guys are gonna be good to go. I was honestly surprised at how well this traction performed. Like, this traction is really nice, and that's across all courts, and it only gets better the cleaner the court is. So overall, the traction on the Jordan React Elevation is really nice. So moving on to the cushion, the React Elevation obviously features React, and that React is going to be in this heel area, and it's contained within this rubber midsole. And I'm not sure if it's just on this pair or if it's all pairs, but the container for this, or like the outsole for this, is not completely solid. There's actually some give here, and I think that's a really good move because it feels like it's not overly restricting the React in the heel, so it can compress and it feels amazing. I think the way the React feels in here is actually really good. It's not overly done like the BB NXT, which has that crazy amount of React. But yeah, I think the React in here feels really nice. Up in the forefoot area, you don't have React though. You do have what I believe is, probably Phylon. And then you have a zoom unit in the forefoot. And the zoom unit actually feels really nice as well. You have a good bounce, decent impact protection up in the forefoot. And yeah, I really like the fact that they incorporated the zoom unit up in the forefoot, because if it wasn't and it was just a Phylon, the shoe definitely wouldn't feel as good. But even then, the combination of this zoom and React feels really nice. At first, it is a little bit weird to get used to just from like the heel to toe transition because of the cushion differences. But once you get used to it, I think it feels really nice. And yeah, I really enjoyed the cushion in the shoe. And I'm really happy that they did actually put this forefoot zoom in here, because it does feel really nice. The React Elevation's cushion is really nice. So moving on to the materials, you're gonna get this textile upper. And I would say that the materials are okay. Definitely not the best materials, but it does the job just fine. Besides this textile material, you are gonna get this synthetic, I guess like suede panels or something, but it does give the shoe a little bit more premium feel, and it's also here for that, extra support. You also have a harder synthetic leather panel around the heel area as well, and you do have that same panel over here on the medial side of the shoe. You also have this fuse overlay in the toe area for those toe drags, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of material this is, but this centerpiece runs up the entire tongue, and I'll kind of get to its use later. And then under this, you obviously have a mesh tongue that's pretty decently padded. So overall, I would say that the material usage on the React Elevation is not the most premium, but it definitely gets the job done. So moving on to the fit of the shoe, I would say that the React Elevation is pretty much true to size, maybe just slightly narrow, but not to the point where me as a slightly wide footer had a lot of pain wearing the shoe. Actually, I didn't have any pain at all. Maybe just a little bit of pressure around my pinky toe area, but nothing that wasn't manageable. It was just very slight. And outside of that, I would say that the materials do lie pretty nicely on your feet, but just be careful. If you do like to crank down your laces like I do, you may get a little bit of bubbling up in the toe box area right here, but that's only if you really crank it down. Otherwise, the materials do lay really nicely on your feet. So overall, I would say that the fit is really good. And as I mentioned earlier, this green part that runs up the middle of the tongue is actually here to hold the tongue in place. So if you feel inside the shoe, which obviously you all can't right now, but the tongue is not connected except at the very bottom. So if it weren't for this green tab, the tongue would pretty much be like sliding everywhere. So it just keeps it nice and locked in, which is a great touch by Jordan Brand. It also looks pretty cool aesthetically as well. So it looks cool and it's functional, but yeah. Overall, I would say that the fit is really good. So moving on to the support, I would say that the support in the shoe is actually pretty good as well. You do have an internal heel counter which helps you lock in your heel, and combine that with the traditional lacing system in the shoe, you really do feel very supported. I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed, and even though this doesn't have like an actual outrigger, I would say that the base of the shoe is wide enough so you don't feel, any instability on those lateral movements. And at the time of filming this, the Mavs did just get knocked out, but Luka was doing his Luka magic things in the shoe. So I think if it's supportive enough for him, especially with his bummed ankle, I don't think we'll have any support issues. I definitely didn't. So overall, I would say that the support in the shoe is really good. So the Jordan React Elevation retails for $120. And for $120, I would definitely recommend you all pick up a pair. I don't think you'll be disappointed. This is a really, really fun shoe to play in. The cushion is amazing, traction is amazing. Yeah, the materials could have definitely been nicer, but for the price point, I'd say it's perfectly fine, and they do get the job done really well, honestly. They're very supportive. Overall, this is just a very, very fun shoe to play in. And when you're wearing this, you can really practice those Luka step backs because it's got you feeling that way. But yeah, the Jordan React Elevation is a solid performer. I would highly recommend this shoe to play in. It's a very, very fun shoe. And overall, this is a team model, but I think Jordan Brand killed it with this. So yeah, if you all wanted to pick up a pair, I would definitely recommend you all do so. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. And also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.